All right, so now we're going to continue and do multiplying special products. So this will be video number 4 for 4.2, adding, subtracting, and multiplying polynomials. Okay, so for special products, we have 3 different kinds. We can do sum and difference, which if you notice, you have a plus a and a minus a. So that's a sum and a difference, okay? That will equal a squared minus b squared without having to do all the distribution. Okay, the square of the binomial is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, or a squared minus 2ab plus b squared, depending on if it's plus or minus in the binomial. And cubing has rules as well. A cubed plus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared plus b cubed. Okay, so we can use those to solve our special trinomials. So we left off, we did number 7 on the last video. So we're going to do number 8. Now this isn't a special binomial or a special product, but we have to do this a little differently than we did the last ones. So I have 3 terms multiplying each other. So I'm going to distribute and just do the first 2 terms. I'm ignoring the 4 minus 5x. So 2x times 6 is 12x. 2x times negative x is negative 2x squared. Negative 3 times 6 is negative 18. And negative 3 times negative x is 3x. Okay, so that's, I'm going to now put that all in parentheses, and it's still times 4 minus 5x. So let's simplify that first parentheses a little bit. I have some like terms, and I'm going to put it in standard form. So I have negative 2x squared. Add those 2 like terms together, I get 15x minus 18. And then I still have the binomial on the end, 4 minus 5x. So I have a trinomial times a binomial, so I'm going to use the box and clean this up a little bit instead of distributing a mess. So I'm writing the trinomial across the top. Negative 2x will get its own column, 15x will get its own column, and negative 18 gets its own column. Then the binomial goes down the side. 4 will get its own row, and negative 5x gets its own row. So for the top row, I'm multiplying 4 times everything on the top, so negative 2x squared makes negative 8x squared. 4 times 15x makes 60x. 4 times negative 18 gives me a negative 72. Okay, then we do the bottom row. Negative 5x times negative 2x squared is 10x cubed. Then negative 5x times 15x is negative 75x squared. Negative 5x times negative 18 is 90x. And then we write out our answer in standard form looking for the highest power, and that is not in the top left corner this time. It is down below. Usually they were in the top right corner, but because that binomial wasn't in standard form, it didn't work out that way. So we just have to find it, and it's 10x cubed. Now I have 2x squared, so I'm going to add their coefficients, and I get negative 83x squared. I have 2 different x's for like terms, add their coefficients, and I get plus 150x, and then I just have the minus 72. So we just multiplied all 3 of those binomials together. We just had to do it in 2 parts. All right, now we are on to the special products. If you notice, 3y is in both, and 8 is in both. One's minus, one's plus, so this is sum and difference. One's adding, one's subtracting, but they're the same. Okay, so my a is 3y, my b is 8, so my answer becomes 3y times 3y, or a squared, which is 9y squared. And then, so it's a squared minus b squared. So I guess we can write that out first. So 9y squared minus 64. So remember, for sum and difference, it's a squared minus b squared. And you would get that same thing if you distribute. You would get that your variables in the middle will just kind of cancel out. So 2r minus 1 cubed is the same thing as saying 2r minus 1 times 2r minus 1 times 2r minus 1. So we could solve it like number 8, but that's kind of messy, where we could use the rule for a cube of a binomial. So if you look at that chart from before, when we know the cube of the binomial is going to be a cubed minus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared minus b cubed. And my a is 2r and my b is 1. So I can fill this in. I know I have 2r cubed minus 3 times 2r squared times 1. I'm sorry, times is just 1. I wrote negative as 1. Okay. Plus 3 times 2r times 1 squared minus 1 cubed. I just plugged in my a and b. That minus 1 in my parentheses does not go with the b. Okay, b is the positive. All right, 2r cubed is 8r cubed. You have to cube the 2 as well. Minus 3 times 4r squared, because I had to square that, plus 6r minus 1. Okay, let's clean it up a little more. 8r cubed minus 12r squared plus 6r minus 1. And that is in standard form, and it's done. So now you can go to your practice and finish it up by doing problems number 26, 27, 30, 35, 36, 37, and 38.